welcome everyone. Those first two by our sixth grade, the Deck the Halls and the Gloria in Excelsis Deo. We have one more piece, but I would like to acknowledge a few people before we continue. This past fall was full of auditions. In the fall is when we have all of our regional auditions, we have all state auditions, we have mid-state auditions, and we had several students that participate in those auditions. And I would now like to acknowledge our elementary kids, because sixth graders are still considered elementary age for these auditions, and I would like to acknowledge these people. So if I could have, and let's hold the applause, because it's only going to get better. All right, so let's have. Okay, so there were 3 honor choirs that our sixth graders could audition for. One was elementary honors, which is like mid-state for this level, and Sammy Height, raise your hand, Sammy, and Marissa Romero were selected to participate in elementary honors. So we can applaud that. So they will be headed to Nashville in January to participate in that. Then we had Tennessee Treble Choir, which is all state for 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. Once again, we had Sammy Height. Once again, we had Marissa Romero. Let's add to that Elena Boer and also Ava Kemp. And these kiddos will be headed to the Opryland Hotel in April. And then finally, we had regional auditions. So that is all over the Southeast. And I don't know how many thousands of kids auditioned, but it's all over the Southeast. And Miss Sammy Height was our trifecta. She had her elementary honors, Tennessee Treble, and regional. So let's give these young ladies one more round of applause. All right, thank you, girls. All right, our final piece is Parade of the Wooden Soldiers, which is a very cute piece, and my 7th graders are going to be jealous because 6th graders get to use kazoos like they did last year, and they griped and complained of why they can't have kazoos this year. Okay, so this is Parade of the Wooden Soldiers. Is it back? Okay. And parents, those kazoos are yours to now deal with, so have fun with that. Merry Christmas from me to you. Okay. So sixth grade, we are going to come off and let's start. Rebecca's not going anywhere anytime soon, so let's leave you right there. All right, so August, that's you. Will you go down that way and high five everyone on the way down and then come back around and fill in where the seventh grade are now? You got that? Hello. Okay. All right. Sixth grade, we're just going to have to let you stop going first because you scare my seventh graders half to death. All right. Come on now. You know this stuff. All right. Our next piece is called For This Is Christmas Day. It's an original piece, and it is going to feature Miss Alyssa Croston on the flute. Alyssa is one of our eighth grade band members and also just made mid-state, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, yes, she did. So give her a round of applause. She's one of my second block RTI students, so she's not one of my choir students. She's just in band, but I asked Miss Leversay if she had a good flute player that she could recommend, and Alyssa's name was first, and so it was great that she was in my second block, because I thought, okay, I know her. So this will feature Alyssa on the flute, and our seventh graders with For This Is Christmas Day.
Children sing, for this is Christmas Day.
All right, last piece is a version of Jingle Bells, and I will apologize ahead of time. I didn't do this on purpose, but you're going to hear Jingle Bells 2 more times tonight. I'm sorry. So if you like Jingle Bells, you'll love the concert. If you don't like Jingle Bells, I'm sorry. Okay? And Riley, I'm not touching the microphone. You see that? Not touching the microphone. We watched the last concert, and I did this the whole time, and I didn't even realize. So I'm not touching the microphone. And it's extremely hard. Here is the last piece, Jingle Bells.
Jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it
right. Next on here is the Wenceslas Cannon. So it's the Good King Wenceslas text that you might know or you might not, because it's really odd text, but you may recognize it, but you won't recognize the tune unless you're in Miss Elliott's high school choir and you have used this as a warm-up before. So this is the Wenceslas Cannon, and we've got Miss Chloe Castle and Miss Ashlyn Lounsbury and Miss Keely Grant and Mr. Jake Schaefer, and Charles is on the program, but we have a good basketball team, boys basketball team, and they won over the weekend, so they had to play tonight. So that's where he is. And I wished him good luck, and I said the basketball player in me wishes you good luck. The choir director in me hopes you slip up this weekend. But they're playing a championship game down in Murfreesboro, and that's where he is. So, but we got Jake. Jake can handle it. Jake, you ready? All right. Wenceslas Cannon. All right, next on the agenda is your second helping of Jingle Bells. I apologize. It's real short, won't last long, I promise. So we've got a few carols that's just going to go back to back to back, starting with Jingle Bells, then Deck the Halls, and We Wish You a Merry Christmas, a cappella. So here we go. It's going to be fancy. Here we are. All right.
Laughing
Okay, last time for Jingle Bells, I promise, okay? And this one's a little bit different. This is called Jingle Bells in 5/4. So 5/4 is going to have one extra beat per measure. So all of you music theory people out there, you're with me. If you're not music theory, just hold on. It's like singing with a limp, okay? So there's something just not right about it. There's something, and it's because it has one more beat than you want it to. So I think you'll pick up on that. So this is Jingle Bells in 5/4.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Up, up, bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Do-bop, 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 hey. Day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride.
And soon Miss Fanny
Miss
Ride
Fanny
was seated by my side.
The horse was lean and lame. Misfortune seemed his lot. We got into a drifted bank and we got upset. Oh, do-bop, 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 do-bop. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Do-bop, 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 do-bop. Oh, jingle all the way. Hey.
All right, got one more as a group, but I also need to acknowledge some of our honor choir kids. We have some honor choir kids out of this group. These kids had two honor choirs that they could audition for. One was a mid-state choir, which is called Middle School Honors, and the other is Regional Honor Choir in Louisville. And without coming down here, just raise your hand and wave and make a fool of yourself when I call your name. These are our middle school honors kids. We had Miss Corinne Burnett, and Miss Sydney Williams, and Miss Anna Claire Swindle. And just on a side note, there were about 150 altos all over Middle Tennessee that auditioned, and our very own Corinne Burnett had the highest score of every alto across the mid-states. And then secondly, we have Regional Honor Choir, which is going to be in Louisville this year. And I have the exact same Corinne Burnett and the exact same Sydney Williams. And let's add to that Miss Reagan Frost, Miss Hallie DeBell, Miss Taylor Powell, Miss Samantha Hartsook, Mr. Jude Lenz, and Mr. Braden Bruce. In other words, every Mount Juliet Middle School kid that auditioned made it. Yeah. All right, next up is a version of The Holly and the Ivy, if you're familiar with that carol. This is called And Sweet Singing in the Choir. Okay, two more and we're out of here. Man, when I don't talk, it's fast. All right, we got two more pieces for you. Our Gold Girls started doing Carol of the Bells back in 2004, and we've done it every year. I tried not to do it one year, and there was an upheaval, and so I put it back into the program, and now it's just been something that's carried on, and probably for the past 6 or 7 years maybe, we've invited our alumni girls to come back and join us. Then we got a boys choir. And Black was like, well, why don't we have a song? Why can't we come back and sing? I was like, well, we don't have anything that we've done that much. And so I decided this year I'm going to do it. So we went back to the first Christmas when we had an all-boys choir, and they sang the Shepherd's Spiritual. And so we're bringing it back, and we've got some alumni, and some of those alumni came down and helped my boys learn it. And so I'm hoping that this will now be our tradition, that now our boys will come back and sing that, because it's going to happen every year, and then the girls come back for Carol of the Bells. So right now, Black and any alumni that we have, including ones in flannel shirts that think they don't know the song, but that's okay, you sit. It's okay. If you'll come up right now, let's do this if we can. Here's some. Oh, there we go. Now, where's Brighton? Where's Brighton? Yeah? High school doesn't change some people. So we've got, let's see, we have freshmen. Freshmen, raise your hand. Sophomore, raise your hand. Junior, raise your hand. And Hunter's our junior. Hunter is one of those that came up to me, I can't remember when it was, maybe spring of 14, and said, can we get a boys choir together? And I said, well, you need 10. If you can get me 10 boys, I will take you to festival. And Hunter was one of them. He got 10, and we went to festival, and every year since then, he's the one that kind of kickstarted the whole thing. He and Brighton Cole said, we'll do it. We'll get you the guys. And so because of them being proactive, we have now a boys choir every year, and every year it keeps growing and growing. And so I appreciate Hunter. And then for those of you that are also high school parents, I hope and I think that you can see how it's even getting better and better at the high school thanks to things like this. I was at the high school concerts last week. Oh, they're so good. So good. I've heard other choirs recently, other high school choirs that may or may not be Lebanon High School. Did I say that? And our kids are on a different level. I love it. I'm so proud of these kids, all my sophomores, juniors, seniors, and freshmen. So enough for me. We got 5 minutes. Here is the Shepherd Spiritual.
There's a star in the east on Christmas morn. Rise up, shepherd, and follow. It will lead to the place where the baby was born. Rise up, shepherd, and follow. Follow, follow. Rise up, shepherd, and follow. It is the star of Bethlehem. Rise up, shepherd, and follow. If you take good heed to the angel's words, rise up, shepherd, and follow. You'll forget your flaws, you'll forget your hurts. Rise up, shepherd, and follow. Follow, follow. Rise up, shepherd, and follow. It is the star of Bethlehem. Rise up, shepherd, and follow. Follow, follow. Rise up, shepherd, and follow. It is the star of Bethlehem. Rise up, shepherd, and follow. It is the star of Bethlehem. Rise up, shepherd, and follow. Rise up, shepherd, and follow.
All right, girls. Now you should be an SSA. So alto should be first. Alto should be first, right? Altos. Altos and aspiring tenors first. And then second sopranos, and then first sopranos. All right, I saw some alumni. You all gonna hop up? You ready? You ready? Oh, here they come. Girls I haven't even seen. All right. So we got Old girls. Emily, how old are you now? You're old. You're 20. Oh my goodness. To middle schoolers, that's old. That's old. Let's see, how many freshmen, raise your hand. Sophomores, raise your hand. Juniors? Do we have any seniors? Taylor, we got seniors. All right. I love it. These girls are special. I love every one of them. And there are a lot out there that on Facebook and whatnot that I get to talk to every so often, and it's really nice. Some of them are mothers now, which is crazy. And there's about to be more that are mothers, which is even crazier. And I just turned 40, which is really crazy. So, all right. I know some of you don't feel sorry for me at all. I understand. All right. Before we get out of here, because I don't want to forget, we need to thank, first and foremost, Mr. Jonathan Snow on the piano. As usual, Victory Baptist Church, thank you. And we've got some administration. I see them, so let's thank our administration that are here. That is always really special. And say hi to my family. I love you all. Hi. I think we're on TV, I hope, so they might be seeing me on an iPad. We got Carol of the Bells. As soon as we are done, you are free to go. I hope you all have a Merry Christmas. I have enjoyed it. We are back here March the 5th, if it's not on your calendar. And I'm hoping that Skyward was working for all of you, that you were able to get my emails and hopefully ticket sales. I've been talking to administration and others, and we're really, I know some of you don't like this, but we're really going to start pushing all ticket sales online. They're trying to do that countywide, not just us. So I know some of you don't want to pay the service fee, but we can't get around it. So just be thinking toward that. They're going to start wanting everything you buy, ticket-wise, to be online. I'm just telling you, so I can give you a heads up. So we will see you back here March 5th. Here is Carol of the Bells.
Hark how the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away. Christmas is here, bringing a cheer to young and old. Ding dong, ding dong, God is our song. Ding, joyful ring, all carol. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, hallelujah, praise Him, the sound glad these are their tones. Gaily they ring while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Ding dong, that is a song. Ding, joyful ring, all cares along. Ding dong, they send all without end. Ding dong, dong, ding when we come. Hark how the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away. Christmas is here, bringing a cheer to young and old. Don't get them all. Ding dong, that is a song. Ding, joyful ring, all carol. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, hallelujah, praise Him, the sound glad these are their tones. Gaily they ring while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Ding dong, that is a song. With joyful ring, all cares along. On they send on without end. Ding dong, ding. On they send on without end their joyful tones to every home. Ding dong, ding dong, boom.
Thank you. Good night.